Hi, my name is Kyla from the Indus River Valley Civilization, 2650 BCE, also known as the Harappan Civilization. I'm going to be explaining the history of the Indus River Valley Civilization is known to be one of the oldest ancient civilizations in the world. The ancient civilization was located across northwest India and modern-day Afghanistan on the plain of the Indus River. The details behind this River Valley civilization has been a mystery for as long as historians can remember and still remains a mystery today. After researching, I found that the Indus consisted of over 2,000 towns and were built by the citizens in a population of over 5 million people. The two major cities included Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, and these cities were known as the Twin Capitals, located along the Indus River. Harappa was the first capital made, which is where the nickname of the Harappan civilization originated from. The Indus people civilization group to build planned cities, and they were built on a grid pattern. The cities in Indus civilization made a urbanization system, and farming was extremely essential to the Indus Valley people to continue to grow their civilization. That has been collected over the years suggests that the cities were highly developed, including baked brick houses, furniture, an underground drainage system, and working bathrooms. There is still a lot unknown about this civilization today, including the writing systems and the government system. Their writing system has been found on pottery and other. No one has ever scripts their language. And although no one really knows their governing worked, or even if they had one, due to the high quality of development, suggests that efficient government focused on the well-being of their people. And around 1800 BCE, there was a decline of the Indus River Valley civilization. Cities were abandoned, and their writing began to disappear. Though the reason behind this is unclear, possibilities could be due to disease, natural disaster, or maybe even population causing the people to find life elsewhere.
Okay, my name is Shannon Palfrey, and I'm going to talk about the society. So, the Indus Valley Civilization, the society was one of the more widespread societies of this time, alongside with ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, which also came at this time. Many consider the Indus civilization to be a cradle of civilization of the old world of man. Their society contained the world's first urban sanitation system, which was far more advanced than any of their Eastern contemporaries. Um, Individual homes would draw water from the wells, and then the wastewater would be directed over drains into the main streets. During this time, they also made many advances in technology, including ways to use measurement and math. They were also known for their advancements in architecture, which we are going to talk about next on the presentation. They are believed to have used Indus script as their written language, um, and a lot of these were printed on seals, tablets, and ceramic pots and other materials. However, like Kylie said, a lot of the writing has been undecipherable, so we haven't been able to decipher what the writing meant. Um, Evidence from research has shown that this society depended pretty heavily on trade with other civilizations, such as Mesopotamia. And we know this because of the discovery of the seals, which is something that they were really famous for, as well as jewelry in different regions of Mesopotamia. There's a wide belief that the society structure of the civilization was based on a caste system that had four main groups. The Brahmins, which consisted of priests and kings, the Kshatriyas, consisting of warriors and aristocrats, the Vaishyas, which consisted of cultivators, artisans, and merchants, and then the Shudras, which were the peasants and the serfs. There's also a concept called Varna, which was dependent on a person choosing their own profession and deciding which caste they belonged to. There is little evidence of exactly how their government was ran, but there is belief that the rulers ran the cities through control of trade and religion and not military might because no weapons were recovered from any of the excavation sites. Um, the art work known as Priest King kind of shows a man who's dressed with many decorations, and it kind of shows an elite man. And some people think that this elite man may have been a ruler or a leader of government of some kind, but they're unsure because a lot of information about this civilization is still not to be found.
Hi, I'm Carolina Treviño, and I'm going to talk about the religion. So, the religion for the Indus Valley civilization is mostly speculation because there is no trace of a place of worship or a temple. Because of this, archaeologists concluded that the religion was recorded through imagery. There are scatterings of ceramic female figures around the house of the Indus with little holes in them, meaning they probably were used for cultic purposes, the way you would stick needles in a voodoo doll. They had big bulbous breasts and very big decorated hair, and were sometimes holding a child in their arms. So they can also conclude that this was perhaps fertility goddess for them. They also uncovered a seal that showed a figure in a yoga pose with 3 faces, which may be referring to the god Shiva in Hinduism. However, they also uncovered a seal that had a peepal tree, which was the same species of the bo tree, a tree that was used in the religion for Buddhism. Between the branches of the tree is what seems to be a deity, and a worshiper is offering something to it. They're unable to tell what the offering is because it was unfortunately damaged, but archaeologists can conclude that the Indus Valley civilization may have been the starting roots of either Hinduism or Buddhism, or maybe even both. They did find these that were perhaps used for the burning of the flesh of the cow, like a ritual used in Hinduism as well. However, they are unable to tell what their religion was.
Hi, I'm Kara Korenik. I'm doing architecture. In the early Indian architecture, buildings were almost always made from decay or burnt wood or mud brick. Architectural decoration was extremely minimal, although there has been some narrow pointed niches and some. In the early Harappan phase, the city was mostly made from the mud brick, but it was characterized by an appearance of fire brick, which was used to line the drains of the city. After the collapse of the mature Harappan, Dambyad built a wall with basin and had public buildings. There was evidence of planning the layouts of rectangular houses. Most houses had 2 stories, and they were very uniform in size and plan.
Hi, my name is Abigail Hudgens, and I'm doing the sculptures of the Indus civilization. So I found that the Indus Valley civilization is probably best known in the West for its bronze figurative sculptures. For example, there's a famous slender-limbed statue known as the Dancing Girl of Mohenjo-Daro, which was back in 2500 BCE. And it's often compared to late classical Greek sculpture and Hellenistic Greek sculpture due to the quality of the piece. The Dancing Girl was first discovered by an Indian archaeologist, C.R. Sawhney, during his 1926 to 1927 field season at the Mohenjo-Daro site. And this statue reveals the presence of some dance forms from the time, and some believe that this statue is a portrait of a real woman. Most sculptures are made out of terracotta, and only a handful were made out of stone or bronze, which is why they thought this was someone who was high class in their civilization. It has not been yet established how Indus sculptures managed to anticipate forms associated with the Greek sculpture. Like they mentioned, the language isn't discovered yet. In addition to bronzes, Indus culture produced a variety of stone sculpture and also red-colored terracotta sculpture, along with gold and bronze, obviously inferred from the Dancing Girl statue. These were mainly images of dancing girls as well as animals like cows, bears, monkeys, and dogs, plus a number of unidentified hybrid animals and anthropomorphic figures, mostly seen on hairpin seals.